Well, all right. For today's I Can Cook Too, I'm going to be cooking or making my version of an English classic. It's called Toad in the Hole. I'm going to be making basically a breakfast version of it. So I'm going to be using breakfast. I'm going to be using breakfast sausage. So right now, here are the ingredients. I have this is a mixing bowl. I got the big ass bowl I call it. Got some flour. Then I got the milk. Then here's the sausage and eggs. A little salt. Yeah, that's what I'm. That's again. That's gonna be a little bit different than what they do in England. They have these big fat sausages they use in England. Pause. And then two brown eggs, two large eggs. All right, here we go. So first thing gonna do is I'm gonna crack the eggs, and then once I obviously I'm gonna crack the eggs. You see that? I mean, how else am I gonna use them? So all I gotta do here from here is just whisk them. Yeah, they're whisking a little bit different because of it's not like in a regular bowl that I normally use. So, but either way, you just basically whisk them. Which is, as you can see, what I'm doing. Then I pour in the flour, salt, and now what I'm doing is I'm making basically a paste or sort of just incorporating the eggs and the flour. So the idea of doing it this way is to combine it and get rid of all the lumps. So because I'm going to be putting milk in there, but you want to put you don't want to put you want to get this combined as much as possible, and then you put so that when you put the milk in there, it's going to be easy to combine it. So you get the milk, so it's no lumps. So now I'm pouring the milk, and you put a little bit of milk at a time. Again, the idea is we're trying to not have any lumps. So after mixing it a little while, and again, it just started out with a little bit. So now we add the rest of the milk. Yeah, see, and we're just gonna continue mixing, and we're gonna have like a liquidy batter. So the batter now is nice and liquidy. Liquidy. Is that even a word? All right, so now here's the sausage, and this is Johnsonville. I think it's like brown sugar and honey sausage. And again, in the English version, they use these big fat sausages. I'm not really a fan of those, and I don't really eat sausage for dinner. I primarily eat sausage for breakfast, so that's why I figured just make a breakfast sauce. I mean, a breakfast toad in the hole. And just arranging them in just a pattern, just whatever, not any real thing or anything. It's just that they're smaller sausages, so. And that's the rest of them. So what I'm gonna do with the rest of the sausages, I'm gonna make a sausage gravy. In England, when I saw the recipe, they made onion gravy, but I just thought this would be great with a sausage gravy. And I like the sweeter sausages to do this with. Alright, and I didn't have any, they make this with beef tallow. I only had oil or manteca. I don't know why I had that, but I went with that. Now, yeah, that's the sausage that I've already diced up. And cast iron pan, obviously. Now, I'm taking the sausages out of the oven. Nice and golden brown, plus with the manteca in there. So now I'm going to pour the batter. As you see, the batter's being poured. Obviously. Basically just want to cover the whole pan. So the thing is with this pan, it's a bit of a wider pan. So the Yorkshire pudding part of the toad in the hole is not going to rise as much if you had like a smaller pan. If you had like a smaller pan, it would sort of rise above the edges of the pan. So in this case, you'll see, I did get a good rise, and I did get a good pastry out of it. But usually with the Yorkshire pudding, it's something that rises way over the top of the sides of the pan. See? Nice golden brown color. Of course, the sausages are no longer in a line, but either way, it's all good. I see, if it was a smaller pan with that amount of batter and that amount of sausages, the actual pastry part of it would be flowing up higher, and it would go over the sides of the pan. I didn't have a smaller pan, I just had that one. I like how it puffed up like a pizza crust. You know, when you get the pizza crust that goes in the oven, it has like the little bubbles on it. All right, now is to make the sausage gravy. So with the sausage, I'm gonna go ahead and obviously cook it. That was from the sausage links. I just took it out the casing. It's good to use the glove. You see I'm holding on to the handle with a glove. That is a cast iron pan, so the whole pan is hot. Just a tip. Cast iron pans are great. Get you a glove. Actually, oven mitt glove. Now, I didn't need this to be filled with sausage. I just want to break it up and cook, and then as it cooks in the pan, I want to get that flavoring, because that's what's going to flavor the gravy. A lot of times people like to use more savory sausage and they end up putting shit like sage in it. I prefer mine to be more with the sweet sausage. As I say, a whole lot of sausage over here, and let me just pause. I should have paused in the beginning and make it a pause through the whole. It's sweet sausage. The fuck out of here. Anyway, as you see, I'm still smashing the sausage around. Ugh. Okay, so now that the sausage has been, it's cooked up and it's separated and it's cooked all the way through, the next step when you're making the sausage gravy is to add the flour. And as you can see, there's flour. I don't know any particular measurements, but I just know if you put a lot, you're going to have to put a lot of milk in there. So I put enough just to cover the meat. And then from here, you want to go ahead and sort of cook down the flour. You don't want to put the milk in right away because it's gonna taste like flour. It's not gonna. You want to basically cook away that floury taste to it. I'm not sure the best words to say for that, but that's generally what I'm doing. And you'll see it. You won't even really see flour at some point. So you're basically cooking the flour into the food, into the meat, and it's soaking up all the grease from the sausage. See, it almost looks dry. Don't want to burn it. Now we add the milk, of course. And now what'll happen is because of the flour that's absorbed the oil from the sausage, and it's incorporating, the flour is going to now incorporate with the milk, and it's going to thicken it into a gravy. And it doesn't take long. Now, if I would have put more flour, the damn gravy would have had to put more milk in it to keep it thin. At some point, when you see that, because as it cools off, it starts to get a little bit thicker. So you kind of always have to keep. I mean, it just depends. If you want a thick sausage gravy, put more. If you want it thick, you let it less milk. If you want it thin, more milk, obviously. So yeah, now as it just finished cooking, it's at the end point. So from here, we're gonna just turn it off and then plate up. Okay, so it's done. And I've already cut the toad in the hole. So here we go. So now it's just plating. I was actually making breakfast for me and my parents, so there's 3 plates. I should have put more milk. It got a little bit thicker than I would have liked, but now the camera's going on a journey. Yeah, it's still mad early in the morning. So there's the 3 plates. That shit was fire. I don't know if I'll ever do a traditional toad in the hole, but breakfast toad in the hole works. Alright, I'm out.